So I have a problem, and I've been on this quest to find the best budget headphones, as you might have noticed in the last few videos. And now I just have too many headphones. Like, I have all the headphones. And that problem just got a little bit worse now with the Galaxy Buds. When I first heard about the Galaxy Buds, I was excited. I've been hearing how great AirPods were, and perhaps now Android would finally have its own alternative. But then I saw a few reviews online. The Verge said the Samsung Galaxy Buds are everything but the basics. And then CNET rained a little more on my parade and said that the Android-friendly, truly wireless headphones don't dazzle, and they're good. Neither of these were glowing endorsements, but after using them for myself, I can see their points, but these are great wireless earbuds. Basically what I'm saying is the good far outweigh the bad when it comes to the Galaxy Buds. There are 3 different colors: white, black, and yellow. That is a strong yellow. Get those yellows if you want to make a statement. I went with the white because they're boring, like my personality. In the box, you'll find additional ear and wing tips, a USB cable, and the Galaxy Buds along with their case themselves. They are priced at $129, but just like my much cheaper Bluetooth headphones, no charging brick. Like, what? These are $130. Samsung, you didn't think that you could maybe carve in just a little margin in there to put in a nice new power brick for us? I don't get it. I don't get it. I really dig the design and build quality. Samsung just really nailed it here. The case has a smooth, matte, quality plastic. It just has a nice, addicting snap to it. On the back is a USB-C cable slot, and on the front, you have 2 LED lights. One is after you open it up that indicate when it's charging. When you put them into the case, they just drop in, and they sort of feel a little loose in there, but the case is magnetic and keeps the buds in place pretty well. And then when you open the case, the buds are on and connected to your phone or whatever device rather quickly. On the inside of the buds, there's like 2 little metal charging points and a sensor and another dot. I think that might be the microphone. The touch controls on the buds have like a large rounded rectangle touchpad with a glass-like finish. This is pretty good design because it feels a little bit different than the smooth texture of the rest of the buds, so you can tell when you're touching it, except maybe it's not quite different enough. Tapping it, you can sort of tell that it's different, but sometimes I'm not sure if I'm tapping it in the right place. I'm sure it's something that you can get used to though. I gotta say, I was a little concerned about the design of the buds themselves, because these resembled some cheaper wireless buds I reviewed in my last video. Those were nice, but they weren't comfortable at all. Now I did find a workaround for those to make them a little more comfortable, but these Galaxy Buds are pricey, and I was gonna be upset if these felt like those. But then, oh, these are actually pretty comfortable. Huh. The buds themselves are actually really comfortable. Not the most comfortable I've ever used, but pretty good considering they go plenty deep into the ear for isolating the noise, which with some headphones that causes a lot of discomfort, but these not so much. The wingtips are a nice rubber that softly wedges securely into your ears, but if you don't like the idea of wingtips, no biggie. They have wingtip alternatives that aren't actually wingtips at all. It's just a rubber ring that goes around the buds. It's pretty simple to just switch them out. Now I wanted to get a second opinion on the comfort of these, and I handed them to my sister-in-law, and then when she saw them, she's like, oh, I hate these kind of earbuds. And as she was putting them in, she was telling me they never stay in my ears, and then she was like, oh, these fit. Then she shook her head and they didn't drop. It's pretty great. I've worn these for hours and they are just fine after hours and hours of use. Maybe like after 2, 3, 4 hours, I might take them out for a minute, but then they go right back in and then I'm good to go. And the battery life on these is pretty great, at least for wireless earbuds. They claim that each of these get 6 hours for each bud. I tried testing this several times, but in each of these long sessions of me listening to them, I got interrupted at some point. It's kind of annoying. Let's just say I was impressed. I used them hour after hour, and it's gotta be somewhere around that 6-hour point in terms of the overall listening time. It was impressive. And the case holds a charge for the buds that's a little bit more than one additional full charge, which I think it's fine, I guess. I'd prefer the case to be a little larger and get like, let's say 2 to 3 charges, but considering it's kind of like an effortless size, I'm kind of okay with it. It can easily get you through a day. When I'm at work, I like to listen to one bud at a time, which these Galaxy Buds do allow you to switch from one earbud to the other without missing a beat. And doing that essentially doubles the battery life, so there's that. And these Galaxy Buds, like the new AirPods, which by the way, we're actually gonna be checking out the new AirPods pretty soon on this channel, but we're reviewing them as an Android user. I don't have an iPhone, so maybe subscribe if that sounds interesting. Anyway, like the new AirPods, they can wirelessly charge via the case, which if I'm being honest, it's been a while since I've looked into wireless charging pads, and I assumed that the price on these things were still pretty crazy. A few years back, they were like $100, but today I picked one up for just $12 on Amazon. And it's a good one too. It's got lots of good reviews and it's an Amazon choice product. I'll drop an affiliate link below if you're interested in checking it out. But anyway, this pad works flawlessly with the Galaxy Buds case, and it makes it just effortless to charge these. Okay, sound. I actually like the sound quality here. I'll compare these later head to head with the AirPods that are coming in the mail when I get those, but if my memory serves me right, these sound just better than AirPods. Again, if my memory serves me right, it's not exactly like a night and day difference, but maybe like a dusk and dawn. It's a balanced sound, which I like. Not too much heavy bass, not too much heavy treble. It's just right. Supposedly AKG, which makes some high-end headphones, helped Samsung with these. I don't know if that's true or if they just paid them for the name AKG to go in there, but I'm pretty happy all in all. And in the app, you can actually tweak the sound signature if you'd like. Now, I'm not gonna lie to you, these aren't the best sounding headphones in the world, but of all the ones I've tried, these are pretty high up on the list, except when you compare them to like some over-ear headphones that have these really large drivers producing a much higher quality sound. But I mean, earbuds and Bluetooth headphones are never gonna compete with those. You can set the sound signature to dynamic, which fills out the sound a little more, or you can swing it over to get a little more bass boosted sound, or treble boosted sound, or somewhere in the middle of those. Now, none of these settings make these sound like totally different headphones. It just flavors them a little, but it's nice having the option, which I don't believe you have that option with AirPods, do you? By the way, to control these and change the settings through the Galaxy Wear app, you have to download an additional plugin from the Google Play Store, but it's not too difficult. But also in the app, you can manage what notifications you get through the Galaxy Buds. By default, it's just phone calls and texts. There is an ambient sound mode, which basically can allow you to hear what's going on around you. Even though the buds do a great job isolating the noise, it just kind of lets some of the world back in. This works okay. You can definitely hear what's going on around you a little bit better, but even with the maximum volume setting for the ambient sound, it wasn't too impressive. Maybe if you're out running, this could help you hear like a car horn or something. The app can also help you find an earbud if you somehow lose an earbud. How this would happen, I have no idea, but nonetheless, this is pretty nice. And finally, the app allows you to change what happens when you long press on one of the earbuds. You can either change the bud to lower or raise the volume. You can change it to activate Google Now, or I'm assuming Bixby if you have a Samsung device. I have a OnePlus 6T, so I don't know what it does on a Samsung phone. And lastly, a long press can activate the ambient sound mode as well, which is that mode we just talked about. That's it though. You can't really change anything else on the Galaxy Buds, which the other commands are, by the way. You can tap it to pause or play, double tap to play the next track or to answer or end a phone call, triple tap to play the previous track, and finally, you can hold it down to decline a call or to do whatever you've set up it in the app to do. There's so much to like about the Galaxy Buds, and that brings me to the bad. What's not great, and why did so many critics kind of pan it? I've seen some claim that the Bluetooth connection was unreliable. I haven't really run into that much. Maybe occasionally I've had a hiccup here or there, but it's nothing game-breaking. But when I got these buds, there was an update that supposedly helped with the Bluetooth problems, so maybe they just needed to download that update? I don't know. I did have one connection issue though, and this was trying to connect the buds to my MacBook after first connecting them to my phone. In the instructions online, it said to disconnect them from your phone and then tap and hold to get them to pair to another device. This is just wrong. I actually had to tap and hold each bud for around 4 seconds, and then it started pairing, and then finally I was off and running and connecting to my MacBook. But then later that night, after connecting them to my MacBook and I was done with that, I went upstairs and then I tried to connect them to my phone, and then it just wouldn't automatically connect. I had to then pull out my phone and then go to the Bluetooth and manually connect them. It was a little bit of a nuisance, but it wasn't that hard to work around. Another quirk on AirPods, you can take out one pod and then the music pauses, then you can put it back in and then the music starts up again. That is clever design. It's human. You immediately get how to use the AirPods. It just makes sense. Let's just say that the Galaxy Buds are a little different. Yes, it can pause the music when you pull them out, but you have to pull out both earbuds and then it pauses, and then when you place them back into your ears, they don't start back up, so then you have to tap on it to get it playing again. So it's like Samsung liked Apple's concept here, but didn't want to straight up copy them, so they just made that feature worse. Maybe they can fix this through a software update sometime in the future. Also, the tapping on the earbud sometimes works better than other times. I would say 80% of the time it's perfect, but occasionally I tap it and just nothing, so I have to tap it again and then it's good. And yeah, the microphones aren't great. Whenever I would try to use them, the person on the other end could sometimes hear me okay, but then other times they said it sounded like I was using like one of those old rotary phones. It's pretty clear that this has to do with the design. AirPods have that pointy stick that goes out towards your mouth a little bit, and these just don't. But all in all, I really do like these buds. They are truly a quality product. Sure, they're not perfect, but neither are AirPods. I don't care what anyone says. AirPods aren't perfect. For me, so far, I can live with the quirks because they get the important things right. Good noise isolating sound, good battery life, a slick and convenient design. They're just small and nice, and I can just take them anywhere, and they just work, for the most part at least. I like them, I really do. It'll be interesting to put these head to head against AirPods, because if you don't know, AirPods can be used with Android as well. So an AirPods 2 for Android video is coming up soon, as well as a Galaxy Buds versus AirPods for Android users, which is better. Both of those videos are coming up very soon. Now, if I'm being honest, I haven't used AirPods extensively, just for a few minutes so far, so it'll be interesting to see if my opinion changes on these things as I use them a little bit more. Subscribe so you don't miss those videos. Also, let me know in the comments, what are your favorite headphones right now? Maybe there's another challenger out there that I need to try. Let me know. And thanks so much for watching. Drop a like if you enjoyed the video, and I guess I will see you next time when the search for awesome continues.